Hello, hello. I'm never really sure if this is recording, but yes, it looks like it is. Hello, Jackie here from St Leonard's Reiki here in Normandy, sunny Normandy. Much warmer this morning. So it's March the 17th, and yesterday I had a little coffee hour with my group of people. We had quite a full morning. It was lovely to see so many faces. But if you didn't manage to come along, I thought I would share here what we discussed, because I'm sort of bringing up lots of exercises that would be really useful for people, and I'd like to share that with as many as possible. So we're talking about our spiritual well-being, really. And this is an exercise. It's called soul level chakra connection. So excuse me for looking down, I've got my notes. Soul level chakra connection. So this is talking about when we have a problem with another person. So not necessarily always for a problem with other person. It could be that we want to connect with somebody else and send them love. But generally speaking, this exercise is for you if you are troubled by the disconnection between you and somebody else. So if you just can't seem to ever gel, you can't seem, there's something that is never spoken, and you just, maybe it's a family member, a sibling, a child, a parent, probably someone that you see regularly. So it might even be a work colleague, but there's friction. Maybe there's a difference of opinion. Maybe it's a political thing. Maybe it's personal. But every time you meet, there's like angst. So what do you do about this? Rather than having an argument or having to cut them out of your life, avoid them, this is an exercise I'd like to go through with you. So it's all about self-preparation. It's all about looking after ourselves. It's all about knowing that we have the power to focus our energy, and remember the reality around us is all our perception. So if we can get clarity and focus internally, then we're going to have a much better day. If we're worrying about something and we feel out of control, then the day's just going to happen to us. So I want you to do this exercise with me, and I want you to go through it with somebody in mind that you, that maybe every time you talk to them, they think they're right, you think you're right, and it's a bit difficult. Let's move beyond that, and let's look at the higher self, the higher realms, and how we can work things out there. Okay, so with this in mind, I want you to just prepare yourself and center yourself. And this is spiritual self-care. So the first thing we do is we ground ourselves. Always got to ground ourselves. Yeah, we've got to remember we're here on this earth. We're here to have this human experience. And it's supposed to be joyful and wonderful. So let's connect to that and remember that. So that might be going off for a walk, doing some gardening, just having a coffee in the sun, putting your feet on the ground, taking your socks off, anything like that. You could do that physically before you do this exercise. You could do this exercise in nature, that would be amazing. Or you could just sit wherever you are and you could feel yourself with your feet on the ground, and you could feel that the imaginary roots are going down into the ground, and you're lassoing the roots onto a rock or a crystal in the ground, deep in the ground. You're really feeling as though those roots are down and you're secure. Yeah, and this is going to help make you feel more secure about your power and connect you. The word is connection for today. Okay, so we're standing there, or we're sitting there, we've had our walk, we've done this grounding, and now we're moving into meditation. So let's go into a meditation now. So once you're grounded, I want you to move into the meditation. I want you to remember this line that is in the middle of your body. It's like a big tube. And you might know it as the Hara line. It's your energy center. It's where all these chakras come from. You might have heard of chakras. They're just energy parts of that line. So I want you to imagine that line running from your tailbone up to the top of your head. Just see that now in your meditation, just very quietly. Breathe in, breathe out, come to the breath and feel the center of your body. Can you feel a ripple of energy running up and down the center of your body? So we were grounding just now, weren't we? Let's feel those roots pulling up the energy, the fire, the power from the earth. Let's feel that energy coming up into our feet. And let's pull that up into our ankles, around our calves, swirling around the knees. As we feel that love and that connection and that energy to earth, where we are here having this life experience, pulling that energy up our legs and let it swirl around into our hips. And then it's coming into that vessel I was talking about, that tube that runs up and down the center point of our body. Let's pull that up. Bring it up. So it's rising up the stomach area. It's coming up past the heart. It's coming up past the throat. Feel that energy rise up past the throat, past the brow, up to that crown point, and let it just come out. So you are this vessel of energy, and the energy is coming through you and out. And that feels good, doesn't it? That feels beautiful and powerful and blissful, because you've made a connection and you're not thinking, you are just being in this moment, and you're just allowing life to flow through you. And as that does happen, I mean, that's a meditation on its own. That is opening up every energy center that you have and balancing you just in doing that. So well done in just doing that. But I want you to go further with this meditation, and I want you to just start visualizing a higher realm. Okay, so we come up out of your head, and I want you to visualize a sacred, beautiful space that is just for you. So it might be somewhere you've traveled. Maybe you're going to some exotic land in your mind where you've been on holiday and you're on the beach. Or maybe it's your personal meditation temple, in your mind, and it's full of crystals. But go somewhere special and sacred for you, that you can be totally peaceful and quiet in your mind. And when you're there, I just want you to sit there and feel peaceful. Feel peace and joy, and really use all your senses and feel whatever it is there. Breeze, water, light, sound. Really be there. And then I want you to invite that person that we were talking about. Invite that person that you've had friction with, you're having friction with in your life. Invite them there to sit next to you. Make a space next to you. Ask them to join you. But what we're doing is we're inviting their higher self. Yeah. So we're inviting that part of them that knows the truth about everything, knows that there's nothing to fear, that is happy to accept your invitation because it sees that you are wishing good. So invite that higher self of this person that you're thinking about to sit with you now in this beautiful place. And as you do so, I want you to connect with them energetically. So I want you to think about your energy centers, those chakras. If you're familiar with them, it's the crown chakra. Yeah, and I want you to see that extending from you like a bridge towards this other person. And it's like a tube of light. So imagine like a plastic tube, like a straw, but a bit wider than that. And see that connecting to them. And then I want you to do the same with all your chakra points. I want you to do that with your brow chakra. See that connecting to their brow chakra. And your throat chakra, out doing the same until all your chakras, your heart chakra, your solar plexus chakra, your sacral chakra and your root chakra. You're connected with these straws, these tubes of light, of energy. And then I want you to just tell them how you feel. And yeah, you can rant. You can tell them everything you've ever wanted to say, and do it from all these energy centers. So tell them how you think and how you feel. Tell them how you see things from your point of view. Tell them how it makes you feel. Express yourself. Say everything that's been there that you need to get out. And say how you feel, how you truly feel about this situation, this unspokenness, this problem, this why you can't get on. And tell them everything that you want to say about how you totally feel about this point in life. And coming from the sacral chakra, really express all your feelings and your wishes. Really get it all out. And from the root chakra, how it makes you feel from a safety and security and fearful point of view, all your worries and concerns. And now you're just going to talk to them, and you're going to talk to them, and you're going to talk to them. You're pushing all this energy at them, not in a bad way. This isn't harming them. They are just listening. They are just there willingly. You've invited them and they're quite happy. But you are talking and talking, saying everything, and you'll know when it's done because there's nothing left to say. It's all been done. You're pushing it all out in these tubes and these chakras. And then when it's finished, when you're exhausted and you can say no more, you just smile. You just smile. And you thank them. You really thank them. And you're so grateful. And you just thank them for being there and for listening and for sitting there and for really hearing you. Such an honor and a relief that you've been able to express all of this, and they've been there and they've just sat there and they've absorbed all this. And in that moment, when all is complete, you then cut the cords. You then cut these energy centers. You cut these bridges. And you do that very easily with a flat hand. And you bring your hand down in front of you where all those centers, those chakra points reached out to this other person. And with your hand, come down until you put your hand all the way out in front of you. But whilst doing so, it's all about the intention. So whilst you're doing this, you're saying, I'm cutting this bridge that I made with this person. I'm cutting this brow chakra. I'm cutting this tube that I made from my throat, cutting this tube that I made towards this person from my heart. You're saying what you're doing as you're bringing your hand down. You're just saying, and it is done. Yeah, it's done. You've done that. And you want to pull, just make sure you've pulled any energy in that's left there. You're always aware of your energy, your outer energy. It's as real as this body. Just make sure that everything feels nice. And again, you're intending what you're doing. You're pulling all your energy back again. And as you do so, you're just smoothing that over. Smoothing that over. So this is again very intentionally that you're doing it. You don't have to be doing it in any particular way. You're just asking that that's all sealed now and everything's fine, everything's healed. And then you're thinking about that other person that's still sat there. So you want to do the same for them. Just push all the energy back into their chakra points in their energy centers and smooth all the points down for them. Okay, so you've cut and you've released, and all the triggers and all the hooks that you know normally grab you when you see them personally, hopefully they're not going to be there anymore. Yeah. So that's your meditation. That's your meditation complete. So as you're saying, you've given thanks, you've thanked them. You see yourself just slowly coming back to your body as you're smoothing down all the energy centers. Just coming back to your body with a nice big breath. Stretch. And then how exciting it's going to be in seeing them in person. Yeah, you might find that it's very, very different. It'll probably be quite subtle, but it might be that something takes you by surprise. It might be that you actually hear what they're saying more clearly and actually maybe agree with some of the things they're saying. How strange. Their viewpoint was so different normally. But maybe it was because you were bringing your energy so full and so vehemently that you couldn't hear really what they were saying. But now that's all released, there's nothing left for you to say. You're coming to them in a much easier fashion. And so they're receiving you with their shoulders down and they're grateful to receive you. So when we do this self-work, and I'll stop now because I don't want this to be too long a video, but when we do this self-work, it really is for the benefit of everybody around us. Because when we do this work, and when I say this work, it can be 1 minute's work every morning. You know, you could do that work that I've just gone through with you in 1 minute, literally, in your mind, whilst you're in bed before you're getting up in the day. It's a very quick procedure, and go off in your day, and your day might be very, very different because you've done that, because you've set your intention and you've asserted yourself and you've set the scene for the day with this person, and this is how it's going to be. And this act of self-work really has an impact on everyone around you, because we are working energetically and we are working in fields of energy, and these fields of energy, they connect with everybody else because we are all connected. So that will ripple out and it will affect them in some way, just as you are affected by other people's energy, which is why we'll suddenly get a thought about something, or just have a great idea about something, or we'll think of someone because we're having that ripple of energy, and we don't realise what it is. We think it's just a coincidence or something. But yes, that's I think pretty much what I wanted to say about the exercise that I shared yesterday in this coffee hour, wellbeing coffee hour that I do on a Tuesday morning. So I extend the invite to you all. It happens at about 10 o'clock. Yes, I say 10 o'clock, it does vary, but 10 o'clock on Tuesday mornings on Zoom, online. So it's open to anyone and everyone. It's £5 for the morning to drop in, or £15 for the month, and then you get a session free. So message me if you're interested in joining that, because we'll be doing, that's what we do in those mornings. We do exercises to help us spiritually and energetically. But that was an exercise for soul level chakra connection. I hope you enjoyed it. Love to you all. Have a great day, and I will see you on the next YouTube video. Trying to do one a week. Yeah. All right.